Okay, so now the session is going to record, and I think we have everybody. So let me kind of maximize my slideshow, then you guys all can see. Okay. Can you guys see now?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, guys, I mean, I was kind of talking each of you before. This is software testing and quality assurance course. So this course is basically kind of showing you how to perform software testing by following some standard. So the purpose of this course is to make sure that you follow all those rules, all those standards when you do the software testing. As part of this course, you will get to know various software testing techniques, various process, various concept. So it kind of combine everything. So orientation session is basically going to go over what you guys will know after completing this course, what I will cover, what is the job, what is the career, what is the goal. So it will be all sorts of things I'll try to go over. So my name is DJ Rahman. I'm the founder and instructor of QA Dimension. Actually, I was also working with one of the another business service before, so that's why their name is there. So right now we have also location in Albany. So Albany, if some student want to come and learn, we have a location in Albany where we can also provide on-site training, and that's the address. So what is today's session agenda? So today basically I'm gonna go over our story, because if you want to take the course from us, you guys need to know what is our story, how we kind of get together, what is our team, what kind of service we provide, and what is the career in software testing and quality assurance field. We'll kind of go over all this. We'll also talk about jobs opportunity. That's the biggest question everybody has, right? Like, what is the job opportunity? Salary, how much money you guys gonna make? And we'll also touch base what is software testing, some course overview, course requirement, and what is the laptop requirements and course fee. So we will touch basically all of this, and definitely I'm gonna also answer any question you guys have. And as I said, you guys can ask me in Bengali or English, doesn't matter. I'll try to answer either way. So the story. So basically, we are actually based out of New York, USA. Basically, in here. So we kind of talk, basically when we started in New York City. So at first it was all online based, and this is my third batch actually I'm going to train. Before it was a couple of batch, and it was 3 or 4 students each batch. So we also founded in 2017 to bring all IT passionate person under one umbrella and help them pursue their dream career. Initially, all our courses were provided in online. So right now, we're also providing everything in online. But as I said, we have location in Albany. So if anybody wants to come in Albany, not in here, but the local folks who wants to learn this course in on-site, I also kind of go and kind of train them on-site, more more one-on-one interaction. QA Dimension offers hands-on IT training courses such as software testing, automation, programming, and various IT certification courses. So just kind of clarify, right now our main focus is just software testing. We also provide other courses, but as you kind of evolve, as you kind of get into that area or career, you may need to know other things. So that's when actually I also can help you to take those courses, right? So right now our main kind of concentration is on software testing course. And that's the last part, the last bullet point. Actually, we are also affiliated with multiple recruiting agencies to provide job placement and job support. So we have Faisal here with me. He took the class with me in my previous batch. So right now he's in the market. So he's actually working with recruitment agencies to help him to find the job, right? So we also partner with some recruitment agencies to help the candidate to give the job placement. Right. So yes, you can ask question. You can stop me anytime. Ali, if you want to have a question.
Okay,
Okay.
so you said that we have to focus on software testing for now, right?
Right.
So, I mean, just I just wanted to like make sure that because I have told by some other people that we have to know programming, and we have and the automation testing is the only way to be a software tester. So, when you said that we will have to focus on software testing, then we don't have to worry about the automation, programming, and all these things, right? Just the software testing.
So automation testing is part of software testing.
Mhm.
And when you say the programming, yes, programming, you may need to know a little bit. You don't have to be very proficient in programming language.
Okay.
Other, another way of saying it, for example, if you, when you buy a car, right? Do you know what you have, like what kind of mechanism you have in the car? You don't need to know that. Only thing you need to know how to drive a
Okay.
car.
Yeah.
So the same thing, programming is software's heart. It
Right.
has all those mechanism, it has all the logic, but you
Mhm.
don't need to know all these things. You only need to know whether it is working or not, and what kind of thing you would be expecting, right?
Right.
So
So
that's
somehow I'm sorry. Somehow software testing has a connection with programming. Like I mean,
yes.
as you said that we have to focus on only software testing for now, but I mean, along with that, we have to be prepared for the
So
programming as well.
programming, let's say you want to change your career to be a developer. So we
Right.
have Asan Pavel. So he also used to be a software tester. Now he's working as a developer. So he actually changed his career path to programmer. So
Okay.
then you can go that route.
Okay.
But just if you don't have any background, if you don't have any experience, your first
Mhm.
step would be start with software tester or being a QA. So
Okay.
that will open a lot of doors for you, and then
Okay.
you can step towards being a programmer or business analyst. This
Yeah.
kind of good career path.
Yeah.
Make
So we
sense?
don't really have to like worry too much about programming and automation. We just have to focus on the software testing, right?
Nope. So there's some automation session
Mhm.
that will be also covered as part of this course. There will be probably 4 or 5 sessions.
Okay.
And those sessions basically going to show you what you need to know, like
So,
what you need to know to get a job. After
Okay.
the
so
job, there will
yeah,
be a job support.
Okay.
this
Okay.
is Mashik. Can I add something?
Yep. Go ahead, Mashik
So
bhai.
yeah, based on your question, so there is a many technology. Okay, so programming technology. So whatever your technology you have learned, Java, .NET, whatever, you has to be know this software testing life cycle. Okay,
Okay.
if you are a developer, also you need to know this. What is this? This is like a there's a different type of program you can source.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Thank you, Ray.
this is
Thank
like a main key, like a
you.
primary school. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Primary school, right?
Yeah.
The first
Yes.
step
Yes.
towards get into the real IT world. That's true.
Yeah.
Because that's
Right.
the easiest way to get in.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
no problem. So yeah, I mean, as I said before, we also partner with various recruitment agencies. So this is a very crucial thing for you guys, because once you finish the course, you don't have to worry about who's gonna help make you find a job. You can work with our affiliated partner who will take you to the job market and find a job for you. So this is a very crucial thing. And I think Faisal is also knowing that how beneficial it is that to work with a recruitment agency.
Yeah, they already called me so many times actually already, like the 3 times.
Yeah.
I actually got call from 3 agencies already.
Nice. See, I mean
So
that's what it is. I mean, as you part of this whole course, I mean, it is going to be inclusive, working with the recruitment agency. All right, so let's kind of move on. So here is just a promo video. Actually, I made it just to kind of show what kind of thing we offer. Maybe you guys can hear it when it happens. Can you guys hear the sound?
Yeah. Can you please turn up a little bit more?
All right, so that was one of the first promotional video we made for this, keyword dimension institute. So that's why I was kind of thinking of like showing you that. So okay. So basically, like it's just kind of we're gonna cover a lot of different areas, and this kind of sums up what kind of service we provide. So let's talk about our team. So my name is DJ Rahman, as you can hear me. So my background, actually, I have master's degree in cybersecurity and information assurance, and I'm also certified software tester, information system auditor, and security analyst. I have over 8 years of experience in application development and system analysis. So I'm currently working in MVP Healthcare as senior software analyst, and I'm very knowledgeable in healthcare and finance domain. So that's pretty much kind of sums up my background. So Mashak bhai, can you just talk about yourself, your background, and all?
So I have like a more than 7 years of experience in IT industry. So mostly I'm working in like automation engineer. Like right now I'm working as automation architect, specialized as like a Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IO, mobile, iOS, and Android and native app. Also API web service testing and Cucumber framework. So yeah,
Yeah, so Mashak bhai has very good experience in automation testing. So he probably has more than anyone else who actually I know have automation testing experience, because he is actually working as an automation engineer. So you guys would be taking some of the session from him as part of this whole course curriculum. And we also have Ahsan Ahmed. He's actually a programmer. So he right now we don't have any course that kind of offer the programming language, but we are thinking about also opening up another course just kind of for who wants to learn some programming language. So if it's if we open, then Pavel or Ahsan Ahmed, he will be teaching it. So maybe Pavel, can you just introduce yourself and say a few
Okay,
words?
okay. Thank you, Dijubhai. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, Dijubhai already told you that my name is Hassan Ahmed, and currently I'm working for Charter Communication as a software engineer. I mean, I do coding for it is called actually biller isolation team. It's all about the billing section and customer account related things. So, and I did my bachelor in computer science, and it was from New York. And first of all, actually, I would like to congratulate you guys for your new journey. And it is really good decision for your career. And another thing is, I want to tell you that you are such a lucky person because of you got a good teacher like Dijubai, because he have real life experience. So I think it will help you to understand and those things actually. And I saw already the syllabus which one you are going to follow. So I think it is very good syllabus actually, because he made it based on the real job market. So it is going to cover all of the technologies that you need. So my advice is like, I'm going to tell you like that only things like just do some work and make your hand dirty at home, and then I believe that it will only things it can change your life. And try to be very passionate. If you are passionate, then everything you can achieve your goal. So again, I will wish you all the best for your journey. And if you need any help related these things like your study and job, please let me know. I will be more than happy to help you.
So one
And
thing,
thank you.
thanks, Pavel. So one thing I just want to add on top of what Pavel was saying, he actually really helping other folks, whoever actually, not having an IT background. He was talking to them, giving them more information. So if you just need to get some basic help, not able to install something or not knowing some of those things that you need some help with, he can help you with. Me, Mashik by him. So everybody is very knowledgeable, and as you can see, everybody has an IT background, so it's really kind of works well. All right, so next, the service. So now kind of talk about what thing we provide. So before I kind of tell that, do you guys have any question? You guys can ask me question in Bengali. I know Shobuj bhai, you are out there. If you have any question, ask me, or anybody, Kashfia or Bhabi, anybody wants to ask me anything, you can ask me now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we will go over more about course requirement and all those things later on, but kind of now I'm gonna show what kind of thing I provide. So we actually provide full stack software testing training, Selenium automation training, which Mashak Bhai actually can provide. Java programming, as Pavel was saying, he can help you on the programming, and the mobile testing and ISTQB certification. Mobile testing, I think Mashak Bhai will be covering it. And the last two ISTQB certifications, so this certification is very crucial. So this kind of it kind of validate you that you are being a true professional software tester. So it is kind of credible certification. So to achieve that certification, I also can provide some hands-on training, or say, give you some study materials or show you what you need to learn. So everything else I kind of cover as part of this ISTQB certification training. And the last is agile methodology and development process. So this piece also kind of covered as part of this software testing training. But if you want to know more about it, then probably agile methodology and development process course would be kind of applicable to you. But right now, we all need to focus on this first one. Okay, so the next is what else we provide: resume and job interview preparation. So after, let's say, you finish the course, you kind of did well in your mock interview, you kind of kind of convinced me that you are ready for the market, then we will be working with the recruitment agency to prepare your resume, and we also kind of train you guys for interview skills, right? Because most of the people I know, Faisal is there, most of the people, they know everything, but sometimes if you don't practice yourself, or if you don't really know how to kind of talk to the hiring manager, it may not gonna work. So we also help people to kind of show or tell what they need to say, so we kind of work hands-on with the candidate. And job interview preparation, mock interview, we also do that. Domain knowledge means, let's say, if you need to kind of know some specific um, project, right? So if I work in healthcare project, if you need to know what kind of work I do, those kind of knowledge I will also kind of share with you guys. So as part of this whole package, it also comes with it. um, and also familiarizing them with real work environment. So real work environment means I'm gonna kind of present to you some sort of information, and maybe I'm gonna also send you some sort of live mock interview type of audio clip, then you guys can hear, right? And that way you guys can kind of prepare yourself, saying, okay, maybe that's something I need to know, or whatever I have to kind of follow to do well in this course. So it all part of this course, and it also comes with this package. So resume and job interview preparation, so there's some additional charge which I'll cover later, but for now, we also kind of provide some sort of hands-on training as part of this course. Any question?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the domain knowledge, is it? I mean, will this come with our software testing course, or it's just for interview skills purpose?
This is a good question. So domain knowledge is not going to be part of the software testing course, but
Mhm.
as part of resume and job interview preparation, that's what we're also going to help you. So we're probably going to sit down with you a day, or a session or a couple of sessions. And once we prepare the resume, and whatever is in the resume, we also have to kind of tell you what is in, what is that, or specific thing that is in the resume you don't even know, or I'll kind of show you some real work life type of example, or give you some example. So
Okay.
that way you will know what is healthcare project, what is mortgage project, and maybe the finance project, right?
Mhm.
All these things will be part of this service, the domain knowledge, that resume and job interview preparation. So Faisal, I know you already been through that, so can you just maybe say a couple of few things about it, how did you like it so far?
Hello.
Yes, so can you say,
Yeah.
because you've been through that, right? Can you kind of give them some
Which on which
uh,
topic actually? It's
like
like
the job interview preparation, mock interview,
oh
domain knowledge? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's I did not find this so hard. Actually, it's very easy to understand. Like it's very basic actually. Like if you know the software testing life cycle and the software development life cycle, and also the defect managing process, and some like the programming language like the SQL,
Yeah.
MySQL, or the SQL languages, and this is good enough to like the I think uh, to face the interview.
Yeah. So,
And it's very easy actually if you work like the if you study like 7 hours or even Digibai told me like this to study like the 15 hours is good enough, but I felt like even though 10 hours is good enough even if I study regular.
yeah.
So
So
in a
domain,
week.
right? The domain knowledge actually is also a crucial thing. But when we prepare the resume, actually we can tell you what is in the resume, and we're gonna prepare you for that. So so that's something actually I can discuss later. That's more advanced. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So next is recruitment service and job support. So as I said, we partnered with different recruitment agencies. So once they place you to a job, you
Uh,
guys may need some help, right?
Lijo,
So
Lijo,
yes, go ahead.
yeah, I can help him his question for
Okay.
domain knowledge.
All
Yeah.
right, go ahead.
So domain knowledge is, for example, company has like a different type of project, different type of like project like a claim, mortgage, a student loan, and so on. Claim is one domain, mortgage is a different domain, a student loan is a different domain. Okay,
So
is it?
domain is nothing but
So
a
the thing
business
is,
area.
so my question is, I mean, what is the actual meaning of domain? I mean, in just one word or one sentence.
Business area. In
Okay,
that way,
okay,
business
okay.
area. You're
For
right.
example, claim is one business, right? If you have any customer can claim. This is called one domain. This is
Okay,
that is claim is itself is domain.
okay.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's say you work in a restaurant. So the
Mhm.
domain would be like in a restaurant domain. You know how the restaurant operate. If you work in like a bank, you probably know the finance domain or banking domain. So domain is just kind of IT kind of fancy word. You can say people use that to kind of prove other people what they know or what kind of different business areas they are familiar with. That's what it is.
Oh, God.
Yes,
Okay.
it is a good example actually. Yeah, whenever is you get a call, so they will ask you, do you have experience for banking domain? Banking domain means banking related. Yes, I do have. Do you have any experience in e-commerce? Yes, e-commerce means, for example, Walmart or something like that. That's it. That is the call domain actually.
And I think there is like the six or mainly like the 7 or 8 domain in the market actually, isn't it? Right? Is this is
Oh,
like
there
that?
are more than that,
There
but
are
Yeah,
there is
There
yeah,
are more than.
more.
commercial. Yeah.
yeah. More
Every
than
project
that
has a
actually.
domain. Yeah.
So you could say a domain means I mean a different field or to like
No, okay. So domain means totally is the different area. Area mean
area.
okay. Did you already told you that? Suppose you
Mhm,
are working in restaurant, so that's mean you
mhm.
are working in food and beverage industry. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm working charter communication. That's mean this is the telecommunication company. So my
Okay.
area is telecommunication. So
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
business is different from each other because
Okay.
DJI is working for MVP. That's mean they are healthcare system. So
Okay.
we are working for those people who want internet, who want their cell phone, something like that. So business
So for
is
Dijubai, he
different.
can say Dijubai can say his domain is healthcare domain or something like
That's
that.
Yeah.
right.
Exactly, exactly.
Healthcare domain. Yeah. Right.
Thank
Yes. So
you.
yeah, I mean domain. I mean, think there is a business area, nothing else.
Business area, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm asking so many questions. I just
No,
wanted to
no, no,
No,
no.
it's
I
know
mean,
okay,
so
it's
that's
many
okay.
those
It's
are
things.
good,
good
man.
question. Even though some
Yeah.
people are not kind of asking question, but they are hearing your question and they are also understanding. All right. So next we have so recruitment service. So as I said, we partner with various recruitment agencies, and they actually help us to recruit or they help us to place into the job market, right? So that's why actually you also kind of work with different agencies and as part of this whole package, We also kind of help you to like do some sort of job support. So let's say you go into a company and some of the work they gave you, you are not familiar with it or you don't know how to do it. Then you're gonna come back, then you're gonna talk to us, then we can help you to like complete your task. Those kind of service we provide.
Okay.
So 100% job assistance. That's what we can call. Any question? Anybody has any question? You guys can ask
Uh,
me in Bangla. That's fine,
I
guys.
have
Not a
a question.
problem.
I mean, it will sound a little stupid,
Mhm.
but I mean, what should be our goal to learn about software testing or to get a job? I mean,
Of course you get a job. I don't teach people to learn. I actually like tell people to there's no way to learn if you don't if you learning is good thing, but if you
mm,
don't use your learning to like get into
to
a
the
like
real
a
world,
real job, so what is the purpose
yeah,
of learning? At the
right,
end of the day, it all comes down to your like financial
yeah,
standing.
right.
Because I'm gonna tell you every single time this is what you have to prepare for job interview. I'm not gonna say this is what you need to learn.
Okay.
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 All right.
Thank you.
So let me just do something real quick. Okay. All right. So now the money factor or the career path. So let's say like you choose the software testing field, right? So what you can expect or what should be your career path, right? So you can start as a junior tester, means you have less than 2 years of experience. With this you can start your career. You also can start if you have 2+ years of experience. You can start as test engineer, and based on that there are like multiple level. You have test analyst, QA lead, project manager, and program manager. So think that way. So this project manager is totally different role than QA or whatever I'm kind of teaching you. But as you kind of like mentioned before, if you start as a QA tester or software tester, you have various career opens. You have various like field open, right? So you can like either go to a project manager role, or you can go to programmer, or you can go to like business analyst. There's like a lot of field open. So it depends. Like it gives you lots of opportunity. That's all I can say. Okay. Then the different roles we have different roles like technical tester, test architect. Then we also have two specialist business testers. So it's just more like what different roles you can get, and at the end of the day it's all part of like this course, QA tester or QA specialist. Test environment specialist is also almost kind of similar thing. The test manager is a little like advanced, means you need to have some sort of like management experience. So this kind of thing. Okay. Any question in here, because I'm trying to get through fast. Like you
No.
guys can ask me in Bengali. It's totally fine. I can speak I can like reply in English. That's not a problem.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
রিজু ভাই,
হ্যাঁ বলেন।
আমি যেগুলো বুঝছি বুঝছি, আর আমি যেগুলো না বুঝছি ওগুলো আমি নোট করছি, আপনাকে পরে আমি জেনে নেবো। হ্যাঁ,
Very good, very good. Yeah, I mean এখন আপনি বলতে পারেন, that's not a problem. You can ask me question.
না
আমি
এখন পর্যন্ত আমি ঠিক আছি, সমস্যা নাই।
Okay, everything you are getting everything right? সব কিছু বুঝতেছেন?
জি।
Good, very good. Okay. So here is the money factor. So look at that software testers job opportunity. So these are different job portal site, right? Simply Hired, LinkedIn, Indeed, Recruit, Dice. Those are different job portal site, and as you can see, each of those portal site there are over in here there are like 82,000 job out there just kind of related to this software testing field. LinkedIn you have 3,000, then other one you have over 100,000. So you see that there are lots of jobs out there. But the question is like for some jobs you may have to have little extra skills. You may have to prepare yourself, or you may have to put in little more effort to get this role. Like there are lots of job out there. So guys, this is a good time. This is a very good time to be in this job market. Because we have kind of they're looking for qualified candidate, and because now we have that H1B things is stopped, so many employees cannot work in H1B status. So now they're looking for like candidate who has green card or citizenship. So this is a good time to be in the market. Any question?
No.
Okay. So salary. So this is kind of average salary you can look at. It kind of varies based on different roles, different company. So, but in average, if you just look at those numbers, in average, you guys can easily make around 80,000 or 75 to 80,000. Let's say if you find a role as a senior analyst, or if you find a job in California or some other place, they will probably gonna give you 100,000 a year easily, because over there the living expense is high. And
So
if you, yeah,
it's also depend on how you are working, like contractor or permanent also. If you are contractor, then you will get more.
yes. So yes, they're based on types of employment situation you may have, that salary can vary. But when you are starting as a fresh, like starting your career as a software tester, I would say maybe go with 75,000, 80,000, doesn't matter. Don't shoot higher, right? Because if you demand that you need 100,000 a year, that person gonna say, okay, I may not have that much money to offer you that job. So just, first job, just accept whatever they offer, you know. But this is kind of like show you like how much money you guys can make. In New York City, you can easily make 85 to 90,000 no matter what, because the living cost is high, and there are lots of jobs in New York City and Virginia and other places.
Yeah,
So yeah,
depend on city actually. So New York, California is really high,
yeah,
and Chicago City as well. Yeah.
yeah. So for, I mean, there are lots of opportunity opportunity. But only thing you have to like, for first job, I always recommend people, if it is for 6 months, and if you need to relocate, then go and relocate. That's fine, just for 6 months. In 6 months, you can gain experience. So just look at Pavel. Pavel, actually, he was working in Ohio, then he went to Minneapolis, and he was kind of moving around because he needed experience. So that's how you actually like gain experience. Once you gain experience, then you can come back to your preferred location, and then you actually can ask for that same amount of money. Make sense?
Yes, question.
Yeah.
So, as you said, I mean, the page that we saw before, this one, we're training because we have less than, I mean, when we will complete our course, then we'll have less than 2 years of experience, right?
Yeah.
So, which one of this will go with that? I mean, that option. I mean, as a trainee, the quality, yeah, because
So we will be marketing you for anywhere between 5 years of experience, and that's when we are working with the recruitment agencies. So when we work with the recruitment agencies, they're probably gonna have some connection, right? They will make sure that no matter what you put, they will have reference people, they will have their own people to make it work. So even
okay,
though you are showing that 2 years, less than 2 years, they're probably not gonna hire you with less than 2 years of experience. But
mhm,
we will actually we'll train you in a way that after finishing this course, you have this type of capacity, or you have this type of quality to be either way, like anywhere between 4 years to 6 years of experience. So that's something as part of course that you will
okay,
get to know, so right now,
okay,
actually, yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
after
One more
5 or 6 years.
thing. So one more thing. So keyword dimension will make you as a 5 years to 8 years of experience. Okay. So keyword dimension will not tell you this like a junior tester as a test engineer. No, it will be minimum 6 to 7 years of experience. Like
Yeah.
you can thinking like a QA lead role.
it
So
sounds quite a lot actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if we don't do that way, they're probably not gonna call you, because there are a
Mm,
lot of people actually out there, because we just do it to make sure that they will call you, they will ask you whether way you are willing to work. Because look at Faisal, he's been here for market for 3 weeks, and he got 3 or 4 calls. Because of
right,
why? Because he has 6 or 7 years of at least 6 years of experience. And that's when we work with the recruitment agency. They make this thing happen. I really don't
okay,
know what kind of connection they have. My only
okay,
concern is to train you guys.
okay, okay.
Make sense?
Let me add you for Faisal. So actually we have submitted lot of plays. So I think we might get a response within 1 or 2 weeks for Faisal. Okay. I think that we definitely will get a interview within 2 to 3 weeks, 4 to 5.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, once you pass that mock interview, And once you follow all those directions that I kind of show you during the course, you guys would be ready. It's very easy and simple thing. I will just, and if you just follow those things, that would be good enough. You don't need to know extra. That's what
Okay.
I was kind of telling people.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any question on this job salary insight?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So now the hardest thing, people always don't understand what is software testing, and I have to kind of give example in a way that they kind of understand. And the first question, Ali, you asked me, do I need to know the programming language to be in this role? And my answer was no, because the
Mhm.
example I gave you, when you purchase a car, do you really know what kind of mechanism the car has? You don't
Mhm.
really know that. You only know how to drive it. You only know some cosmetic things. You only know whether the car looks good or whether the car has all the features that you were expecting, right?
Mhm.
So based on that, you know how to drive. You kind of do the test drive, and you know what is the issue. If you if you know the car, or if you know that manufacturer, let's say manufacturer for 5 years or 6 years, you have some sort of like idea how that car will perform, right? So
Yes.
that's why you like when you drive, there's some issue in the brake, there's some issue in the rear view mirror or something like that. So that's how you kind of see it. So software testing is exactly the way it is. You don't need to know how that thing is built. Only thing you need to know what you are expecting, what you should expect as part of this testing. So once you know, okay, this is something I'm expecting after I kind of do some sort of testing, that's what you need to know. What we're going to train you on, how to do this testing, what kind of methodology, what kind of technique, and what else you need to learn to perform this testing. you know so in general term, in book definition, software testing is the process or method for finding errors in a software or web application, so that application function. So application is nothing but a software. Okay, so software and application are same thing. So let's say you are in Facebook and you are using Facebook, and you want to make sure that Facebook does not have any issue, right?
Mhm.
To make sure that you kind of log into Facebook, you start doing a lot of exploratory things, try to find there's some issue or not. So when you do this type of activity, it is called software testing. In here, we also kind of show you how to do it more efficiently, and how to do it more within that proper practice. That's what we're gonna show. Okay, any question? What is the definition? Because most of the people, they are not sure what kind of thing they will do. But when I said that you will be given the specification, means there will be some document when people will be giving to you, not people, the business analyst or someone who is working in that company, they will give some information. And based on the information, so let's say if somebody give you the let's say car manual, right? How to drive a car, you have all the manual, you only need to kind of go back and check whether this is working or not. Same thing, they will give you this manual, you have to go back and see whether this is working or not. In this case, it is a software. Make sense?
Yes.
Mm.
Juve,
Yes.
I want to add something for Ale.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he is very curious about how it is possible to test without code or programming.
Yes.
That okay. So think like you are a software tester. So
Mhm.
what is your what? What is your task? That means you need to test it. What is you need to test it? Like feature is working. That means function is working or not.
Mhm.
So the thing is, when developer will make the functionalities, I mean they will make the features, suppose thing like that login page. So as a software tester, you need to test it is working. That's mean you need to open the browser, then you need to put your username and any password. So then you need to come here, you want to do it manual testing or you want to do it automated testing. This means using automation. So suppose think about like that company want you to test manually. That means you need to open your browser, then user ID, need to put user ID and password. If they want to do you by manual and you are able to do that, then you can test it. Otherwise, you can also test it by automation test. So there is the only things your expectation is like you need to test it. Okay.
Yes.
So company will hire people. If they want manual, they will hire manual tester. If they want automation, then they will hire automation tester.
Oh, okay, okay. Makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's most of the people get confused whether they need to know the programming language. And I said, no, I have no programming language experience and I still can able to do my job, you know.
Mhm.
And that's the good example. Like I've been here
Yes.
for like more than 9 years or 8.5 years. So I don't really know what is like all those programming logic. I know how to read them through, but I'm not the person who can coded it, right? So that's why it's like headache, you know. I sometimes kind of feel bad for the programmer because the stress and the amount of work they have to go through. You know, I don't want to be a programmer, but that's my personal
Yes.
preference, you know. It's like a lot of headache.
Mhm.
All right, so let's kind of move on. So the next is course overview. So that's like what you guys need to kind of focus on. Okay. So the entire course will be taught by live on-site instructors. In this case, you know, I was kind of teaching in Albany before, so that's why it was on-site. But in your case, it will be online, right? So
Yes.
we'll be teaching everything in online. Means you guys are gonna log in the way you logged in here today, and you guys will be kind of seeing my screen, and there will be a lot of like kind of interactive type of things. Like, you know, I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna call out your name, and Faisal knows how it is, so he probably can tell better. I'm gonna ask you some question. You guys have to say it, and I'm gonna give you some homework. You guys have to kind of do it and submit it before the beginning of the next session. So there's more like, you know, interactive kind of things will happen. So
Okay.
once we finish this course, we'll assist you in interview preparation and help you market your resume. So this is also another thing actually we're gonna help you through. Once you finish it, our job is not done. We'll actually gonna walk you through until you get a job. Okay, so this is more like, you know, kind of high level course overview what we can offer.
Okay.
Any question?
No, so far.
All right, so now let's kind of say how many sessions we're gonna have. So we're gonna have 24 sessions. So each session will be 1.5 hours. Okay. So
Okay.
first half an hour is just to go over your homework, your questions, or your any work assignment I will give you in the previous session, right? So that
Mhm.
half an hour is just allocated for that. And the next 1 hour will be the lecture. Lecture means whatever you need to know. And that's when I'm gonna kind of share you my screen. I'm gonna go over each of those course topic, and you know there'll be like, you know, a lot of discussion around that. So now the whole 24 session, this whole 24 session is broken down into 4 areas. Okay. So the section 1 is gonna cover software development process, and it probably has 8 or 9 sessions. Then the section 2 will have software testing process and testing types, what kind of testing process you will be performing and what you need to know in types. And the third section is SQL. The SQL is very crucial thing for you guys because a lot of the time the interviewer gonna ask you from the SQL knowledge. That's why the entire section just you kind of allocated for that. And the section 4 is the manual and automation tool. So in this section, Mashek Bhai will be teaching you some of those automation testing using Selenium. And I'm gonna also show you some sort of manual testing tool. So you don't need to download anything until you kind of come into section 3. So section 1 and 2 of like in those 2 sections basically is going to be theoretical type of thing, like interview type of question. I'm going to go over, I'm going to clarify your concept, I'm going to show you what is the software testing is, and I'll try to give you some real life example. So those section 1 and 2, you don't need to have like, you know, the tool installed in your machine. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just course eligibility. So this is something I was kind of giving my previous batch of student because I wanted to know their assessment, but it's just more like, you know, whether your computer skills is basic, intermediate, and proficient. It doesn't matter if it's basic, if it's intermediate, because as part of this course, you have to put a little bit effort. So let's say you are lacking on basic computer skills, right? But nowadays, if you Google something, you know, you will get to see a lot of things. So you have to like, you know, little more, you have to kind of push yourself a little more to kind of get the basic skills gathered. So I would say that, you know, whoever is kind of struggling, don't have basic
Coming
knowledge,
by.
you don't have basic knowledge, then basically you have to make sure that you get this basic skills set there. Okay, so that's what it is. If you have used like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, if you use that or not, it's just kind of yes or no type of question. Have you placed online order, like, have you placed Amazon online order, those kind of basic questions. It's just kind of for me to assess whether way you have some basic skills or not, nothing else.
Okay. I have a question here.
Yeah.
So my typing speed is it's been always bad, and I don't think so. I can really be a fast typer. So I mean,
Why you do, why you
become,
say that you don't think so? Why
I
cannot
don't
you
know. I
try?
mean, I cannot concentrate. When I
Yeah.
type, then I cannot really concentrate. Whenever I'm in properly. I think this is the thing.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't you don't have to be very super fast in typing, but you have to push yourself at least. The reason is that it's not that hard, right? If you
Yes.
practice probably a couple of days, 3 days, all we need is your time. If you just put some time on it, you can do it. 20 words per minute is nothing. You can still do that. You have to kind of log into your computer, maybe look into some of those websites and start typing. You don't have to type without seeing the keypad. You can look at the keypad and still type. As long you practice, you definitely can able to improve that. That's my theory. you
Okay.
know
Let me add you
Also,
something. This is
also in the YouTube there is some tutorials about the typing, and they have very like the uh, good teachings on how to type actually. So I think if anyone follow the YouTube videos, it's very good, it's very easy, and it's gonna help anybody to type more
Um,
than.
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but I mean, it's always comes from my heart that I won't be able to type very fast, even if I see those watch those YouTube videos and all these tutorials and everything. So what should I do now?
you'll get to it. All you need is practice, man. I mean,
Okay.
I know many people worse than you, to be honest. They were still able to type more than 20 words, but you were kind of giving up at get go. You cannot give up. You try. Let's say you try for like a couple of days, 3 days. If you cannot improve, then probably can say, yeah, it's probably not good for me. So you have to have positive attitude. If you say, okay,
Okay.
I cannot type, or maybe I cannot finish this course, that's
Yeah.
that's not a good tone, right? You have to say, I can do it. That's kind of attitude I'm looking for.
Okay, inshallah, I will.
Yeah, let me add you something. This is Mashik. I'm working in right now 9 years, right?
Mhm.
Still, I would say I am not in up to the mark in typing, to be honest. Okay,
Yes.
so this is not a matter for your job. Okay.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
This is actually this is what I wanted to know. I mean, will that affect my job or it won't? I mean, I will, as the Dubai said that if you
Ali,
practice, then.
don't
Yes.
need to worry about that. You're not going to type everything all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as I said, this is just for me to assess what
Mhm.
is your
You,
level, nothing else. It does not
yeah.
have to do with
I'm sorry.
your
I
job
mean,
function.
No, no,
this
it's
question
okay. There
sounds
is
a
a lot
little
of
bit.
application. Even you can try it. You can practice
Yeah.
it on your home,
Okay. Okay.
and it will increase your typing
That's
speed.
okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So laptop requirements. So this is like minimum laptop requirements. I always ask people to kind of have, because we're not gonna have a lot of tools installed. You're probably gonna have Selenium installed at the end of the course, but you still need to have good configured or good laptops with all those configuration in. So operating system has to be Windows 7 or 10. Manufacturer can be anything, Dell, HP, Lenovo. The RAM should be 4 GB or more. I always tell people to buy 8 GB, but some people kind of budget conscious, so they go with the 4 GB. But as part of this course, it really doesn't matter. But try to buy 8 GB RAM configured laptop, and processor should be i5 or similar, and hard drive is 25 GB or more. So it's just minimum configuration that your laptop should have. So that's what it is, and you need to have
Okay.
Microsoft Office installed.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you submit the homework, you probably need to use one of these Microsoft Word or Excel. So that's why I always tell people to have those Microsoft Office installed. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about course fee. So I was kind of talking before, and I think one of you guys asked me a question. So this is a very, very convenient course fee. It's not compared with some other place where they charge $4,000 or more. It is very convenient, because it is my only third batch, and I don't really care about money. I only care about whether I'm gonna get a good student who can push themselves or who can able to find a job, because this is also part of my reputation, right? Because
Mm,
Mashak Bhai is also involved, I am also involved. So feel like if I don't help you or if you don't get a job, means I'm a failure. So that's why I always tell people, you need to push yourself hard. You are not just doing it yourself, you're doing it for me. But the course fee is something, is just I kind of need to have it just to see whether you are committed or not. In my
mm,
previous experience, it's kind of my previous experience, most of the people, they took the course like without paying fee, and they thought like, oh, it's a free course, why should I worry about? But when people invest, then they kind of care more, right? So that's
mm,
why I always tell people that make sure that at least come prepare in the course. And $1,500 in today's days, if you just compare with other places, is not a big amount. And it is also installment
mm.
based. It's just $500, three payments of $500. So as I said, this is just $1,500, just a course fee. But after, let's say, once you finish the course, the the resume preparation is gonna cost you another 500, because we have to work with the recruitment agencies. They probably need some sort of commitment. So that $500 is also additional thing. But this is after you finishing the course. And that's just for the course fee. But once you get a job, I normally charge people like $1,000. That's it. So if you just think about it, it's probably $3,000, but you are only paying me $1,500 just for the course, and maybe another $500 once you ready for the market, and once we have to work with the recruitment agency to market you. So you are looking around 2,000 before getting job. So that's kind of flat fee that you are looking at. Okay. And first payment, if you're planning on taking this course, the first payment is due in the second session. So before the second session, you probably can send me the $500, and then the second payment is due on 8th session, and the third payment on 16th session. So as you can see, it's not like upfront fee. You can pay me in installment base. Any question on the course fee, or any other question you guys have?
No.
No.
Okay. So okay, so let's kind of go back to my website now, because as part of this course, I actually asked few of you guys to open the account in QA Dimension page. The reason I ask you to open the account, because you guys will be given access to the page. So let's say you go to qadimension.com, and the first thing you will see, you have to sign up. So let's kind of assume that you already signed up in qadimension.com, and then you have to go to courses, navigate to the software testing, click on the live software testing course. Okay, so you click on there. So that will bring you to the main course page, right? So in this course page, as you can see, you have all those session topic. You have orientation. Today's is first orientation session. Our next session going to be introduction to software testing. So you can see all those session topic are there, you know. So let's say I give you the homework, right? So you will come to this page, and you will go to that orientation page. You'll just click on it, and it will take you to that page. So in that page, you can have the presentation that I'm just kind of going over now, and you're also going to have that recorded session. Because this is an orientation, you don't have that homework topic. But if I go back and show you, because this is also part of the previous batch that Faisal was in. So in the previous batch, I also uploaded those things in the previous batch. So you're gonna go to that session 2. Let's say you are in session 2, then you can see that course outline. We're gonna have whatever session we're gonna talk about. We will have software, what is software, why is testing, all those different topics that session is applicable to. Okay. and then you're gonna have some homework assignment. So that homework assignment, basically you have to submit me or you have to send me an email with answering all these questions. So this is part of the homework assignment. And then you'll have study materials. So let's say in session 2, whatever I'm gonna cover, I will just post everything in here, right? So you'll just click on it, you'll get to see that page. That page will kind of show you, like, whatever lectures I covered on that session. You're gonna click on it, and that's what's gonna come back. So that's pretty much what it is. And again, and you can see that recorded video is here as well.
Okay.
So everything is there, everything will be given access to. Only thing is you need, I mean, we need is your time and dedication. That's pretty much what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Any question? কারো কোনো question আছে? Please question থাকলে বলতে পারেন, সমস্যা না.
জি না।
Okay.
কোশ্চেন নাই।
Okay. হ্যাঁ মানে দাঁড়ান আমি রেকর্ডিং কে স্টপ করি আগে, দাঁড়ান এক সেকেন্ড.
I have a question, Diju.
Yes, go ahead.
In here, can you go to this your PPT?
Presentation, yes.
Yeah, you should mention over here source, how to payment. How can they are payment?
Yeah, that's a good point you said. Yeah, I mean, most of the people actually were talking to me offline, like কেউ আমার সাথে offline কথা বলতেছে how they will make payment, and I actually accept payment using Gel service. So Zelle is a way actually you can send payments using some email address. So with Gel service আপনারা দিতে পারেন, plus it just depends. Any other way, as long I get this payment before the second session or before the session start, that's what it matters. So you guys can work with me individually to make this payment arrangement.
And second question is, so do you remind us to pay for that, for like 8 sessions? Some reason you gotta forget, so
Yeah, I mean, I normally do it, let's say in the 7th session, I tell people that the second payment is due, so they normally pay me before the 8th session. I just remind them. And again, as I said, আমি এই জন্য বলতেছিলাম যে if you don't pay, most of the people take it lightly. That's what I learned from the previous experience. Free things, people don't really care. So that's why actually I'm kind of taking that. Otherwise, people do not give time in this course. Sometimes they will be like flaggy. They're not gonna put they're not gonna like do the homework. So that's why I always push people, okay, you have to make this payment. Otherwise, if you don't invest yourself, you can't able to do well in this course. That's what it is.
yeah, guys, I am joking, okay?
So তো আর কারো কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন আছে? কাশফিয়া ভাবি আর আপু, আপনার কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন আছে? আর
হ্যাঁ, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে।
হ্যাঁ বলেন।
তো ভাইয়া, নেক্সট ব্যাচ হবে কবে থেকে? মানে এখন যদি না শুরু করতে পারি আমি, সেটার জন্য বলতেছি।
নেক্সট ব্যাচ মোস্ট লাইকলি ওইটা হবে আপনার এন্ড অফ জুলাই, আই থিংক জুন আর জুলাই এরকম। মানে এটা শুরু করতে এগুলো আমি আপনার বলে, দ্য ক্রুশাল থিং আই ফরগেট টু মেনশন দ্য স্কেডিউল।
জুলাই আমার কাজের ছুটি আছে আর কি 1 মাস।
আচ্ছা,
মানে আমি চাচ্ছিলাম মে থেকে শুরু করলে ভালো হতো।
বুঝছি না, এইটাই সপ্তাহে 2 দিন, বুঝছেন? ইটস অনলি 2 days a week.
কোন দিন আপনি বলেন?
Tuesday and Thursday. So মঙ্গলবার আর বৃহস্পতিবার সন্ধ্যা 8টা থেকে 9টা 9:30 পর্যন্ত, 9:30 পর্যন্ত।
ও আচ্ছা, মঙ্গলবার আর
বৃহস্পতিবার।
বৃহস্পতিবার আমার ছুটি থাকে।
হ্যাঁ, তো মঙ্গল বৃহস্পতি সন্ধ্যা 8টা থেকে 9:30 পর্যন্ত। আর শনিবারে মোস্ট লাইকলি আমি হয়তো 10টার দিকে একটা সেশন নেব। শনিবারে কি আপনার কোনো আছে?
So উইকেন্ডে স্যাটারডেতে পড়াবেন?
স্যাটারডেতে মোস্ট লাইকলি একটা সেশন নিতে হবে, কারণ একজনের স্কেজুয়াল কনফ্লিক্ট আছে, যে একজন আর কি প্রতি উইকে রাতে করতে পারবে না। সবুজ ভাই আই থিংক হি হ্যাজ সাম স্কেজুয়াল ইস্যু, তো এই জন্য আর কি ওই শনিবারে আমি চাইতেছি আর কি 10টার দিকে হয়তো একটা সেশন নিয়ে নিতে আর কি। তো এরকম হবে যে মঙ্গল, বৃহস্পতি এবং শনি, এই 3 দিন আর কি সেশন থাকবে। এরপরে আর কি নেক্সট উইকে, পরের উইকে হবে আবার শনিবারে, মঙ্গলবারে আর ওই বৃহস্পতিবারে, এরকম আমি আর কি স্কেজুয়ালটা আমি আবার ভালোভাবে আপনাদের জানাবো। বাট ওই 3 দিনই আর কি সেশনটা থাকবে আর কি, মঙ্গল, বৃহস্পতি আর শনি। তো শনিবারে কি কারোর কোনো স্কেজুয়াল ইস্যু আছে? শনিবার সকাল 9টা কিংবা 10টার থেকে হইলে?
আমার নেই।
ওকে, আপনাদের কারো আছে? ওই সবুজ ভাই আপনার কি আছে?
জি না।
ওকে,
কয়টার সময় শনিবারে, সকালে না রাতে?
না সকালে চিন্তা করতেছি, সকালে হইলে মনে করেন।
সমস্যা, আমার কাজ আছে সকালে।
আচ্ছা, সকালে
রাতেই
কাজ।
ভালো হয়।
শনিবারে রাতে না, সমস্যা না। শনিবারে রাতে কয়টার থেকে হইলে বেটার হয় আপনাদের?
জিজু ভাই,
হ্যাঁ,
আমার যেটা মনে হয় যে মানে আমি এমনি আমার এটা আইডিয়াটা আমি বলতেছি আর কি,
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ,
যে সবার ধরেন আমার তো আর স্কেজুয়াল আপনি জানেনই।
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ,
যখন জিজ্ঞেস করছেন আমি বললাম